everyone, welcome again to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Farida. Thank you for clicking on today's video. If you're new, welcome to my channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, a part of the family, thank you for coming back and stay tuned for today's video. In today's video, I'm talking about the cons of studying at the University of London, the reasons why you may not want to study at the University of London. Last week, I did a video on the pros of studying at UEL and the reasons why I chose UEL, the reasons why I felt UEL was the best option for me. So in today's video, I'm talking about the cons of studying at UEL that I discovered when I started studying at UEL, some of the things that I didn't know before I started, and some of them I actually knew before I started, but I still went ahead to study at UEL. This video will be helpful if you're currently considering coming to the UK to study or coming to the University of London to study or even considering any university in the UK at all. And so let's go straight into the cons of studying at UEL. And before I start, I should also say that these cons are based on my own experiences and based on some of the experiences of my friends and colleagues. And so I feel I'll be speaking for like a lot of people and speaking for myself mostly also. But whatever I say, I feel I should still take away a pinch of salt and also weigh your options. The reasons why you may want to study at UEL may differ from what I chose to study at UEL. So you should also weigh your options and then decide on what is the best option for you, decide on which university is the best choice for you to study at in the UK. The first con of studying at UEL is the fact that UEL is a low-ranking university, and if you've gone online, if you've done your research before actually applying to UEL, or if you're currently considering studying at the University of East London, you'd have seen that UEL is not high on the league tables. UEL is a low-ranking university, and so if that is something that is really important to you to go to a high-ranking university, I think UEL may not be the best choice for you. That is one con of studying at UEL, the fact that UEL is a low-ranking university. Even though UEL is a low-ranking university, I've seen a lot of UEL students go ahead to do like a lot of great things with their degree. So it doesn't limit you, because at the end of the day, they will look at your degree, look at your experience, look at your skills, look at how you present yourself. And so it's not really like the ultimate deciding factor of what will happen in your career. But I must also say that UEL is a low-ranking university, and so things may not be as smooth or straightforward for you as it would be if you went to a high-ranking university. And I say that because like I've applied to like a few jobs. I've like maybe wanted to like send some applications, and people have told me, oh, because of your university, blah blah blah, it will be difficult for you to like actually do this. But still, I don't see that as like the ultimate thing, because like I said, a lot of UEL students have gone on to do like great things. And as you've seen like the next video that I'll do about a life updates video, you see how UEL has actually helped me to get my current job. So even though it's a low-ranking university, it still has like its merit, and that's why I did a video on the pros. So don't just see this video as like, I don't know, trying to like tarnish the image of the university or whatever, because after all, I'm an alumni of the university. So, but anyways, I'll tell you the fact that UEL is a low-ranking university. So I'm going to move on to the next point now. The next con of studying at the University of London is the fact that UEL accommodations are quite expensive. For example, if you go out to rent a private accommodation, you'll be paying less for a bigger room. But then you also need to weigh the fact that, okay, if you pay more on campus, you live with your mates and you get all of the facilities around you, which you won't get if you're living in private accommodation. So even though the accommodation is slightly expensive, you get smaller rooms, it still has like its pros, which sort of like, I don't know, maybe balance it up. But the accommodation is quite expensive, and that is one of the reasons why I actually didn't live in uni accommodation, because I felt like it was cheaper for me to live outside of campus. But then I still felt like if it was more affordable, for example, I would have preferred to live in uni accommodation, because you get the best experience if you live in uni accommodation. The next con of studying at UEL is the fact that there's not a lot of financial support for international students. So if an international student is like looking to like get scholarships or to get bursaries or stuff like that, UEL does not really offer a lot of scholarships for international students. I remember in my case, for example, I got the scholarship from UEL in my first year, which was about, was it 3,000 or 2,000 pounds? Actually, I got it first initially. I got like 3,000 pounds initially when I applied, but because I deferred my place, I think I eventually got only 2,000 pounds. One of the two, anyways. I got either 3,000 pounds or 2,000 pounds, and that was like the only scholarship that I got from UEL, like whilst I was there. Obviously, you could apply for like smart bursaries and like hardship bursaries and stuff, and I think I got like maybe two bursaries at 2 times, like COVID bursary. So there was a time we got COVID bursary and we got another one, so maybe I got like 750 to 1,000 pounds from UEL before I finished. But there's not like a set scholarship at UEL for international students apart from the one you get in your first year. So if you're looking to go to a university where you get scholarships or whatever, I think UEL is not really like the best place to actually get that. But then at UK universities, there's not really a lot of financial support for international students because they feel that, oh, you're coming from your home country, you're rich, you're swimming in money and all of that. So there's not really a lot of financial support for international students. And a lot of people that come here for from outside of the UK, they sell their houses, they sell property, they do so many things. Just many people take loans to come to the UK to study. But and then you feel that maybe there'll be maybe some support for you when you get here, but there's really not a lot of financial support for international students at the University of London and at many UK universities generally. So that is another con of studying at UEL, which is not really limited to UEL alone. But it would be good if there's more financial support for international students, because a lot of international students come here and start struggling. Kind of studying at UEL, which I really do not like, which to be honest, I really hated it when I was at UEL, is the fact that they've got this sort of internship scheme. So it's called UEL funded internship scheme, and you can apply for it if you're an international student. So if you see an amazing opportunity that is being offered, because it's an UEL funded internship, you can apply. I think that is because of a visa. If you're on a student visa, for example, you don't have access to public funds. So because of visa limits, international students cannot apply for UEL funded internship. So if you see an amazing opportunity, you just need to let it pass you by, because you can't apply, because you're not eligible to apply because of your visa. And that is also one thing with the student visa. Even though it's amazing, you come to the UK to study, you come because you want to get as much opportunities as possible. But then it's really sad when you come to university and then you see opportunities flying around here and there, but because of your visa you can't really apply for it, which is just sad. Even though international students at UU cannot apply for the funded internship scheme, there are other internships that you can apply for which are not funded, or which are not anything to do with public funds or anything. So you can also look at that. But in terms of the funded internship scheme at UU, international students are not eligible. Another con of studying at UU is the fact that tuition fees increase every year. If you want to go to university where you feel for example, if I'm doing an undergrad degree, for example, and my course is going to last for 3 years, and so let's say my tuition fees are £20,000 a year. At UEL, the tuition fees increase every year. If you pay £20,000 in your first year, you're not going to pay the same amount in your second year. The fee will increase by a little bit, but obviously tuition fees at UEL are not up to £20,000, so that is also another thing that you need to weigh. Because if you were to go to another university, say Queen Mary University or UCL or other universities, or go to University of Edinburgh or other universities that are more that are high ranking, that are more expensive, then the tuition fees may be fixed per year. But UEL, the tuition fees are not even up to that. I think throughout my time at UEL, the maximum amount I paid at UEL was only about £13,000 and something, maybe 13,250. When I applied to UEL in 2017, my tuition fee was 11,440, and when I deferred my place and started in 2018, the tuition fee was 11,880, and it gradually increased from 11,880 to over £13,000. So I think you get the idea of what I mean. It would increase by a tiny percentage per year, which is a con of studying at UEL, because sometimes you just feel oh, you wish the tuition fees were fixed and then they don't increase every year. But if they were fixed, maybe that would mean that you start paying more tuition fees. The tuition fees would increase drastically to cover the increase. Another con of studying at UEL, which really surprised me, was the fact that lecturers went on strike. So because I'm from Nigeria, and if universities went on strike, or ASU went on strike, or there was a strike at university, it would be normal because this is Nigeria, obviously, and that kind of thing, universities going on strike, lecturers going on strike, is normal. When I experienced UEL lecturers going on strike, it was really surprising because I didn't expect that to happen at a UK university, or at any university basically in the UK, or at UEL. But I think obviously if you're doing a job and and your demands are not being met, your needs are not being met, you have every right to strike. So UEL lecturers actually went on strike for a while, not all of them, which was not really nice. I think it was about 1 week or 2 weeks, and that was actually very surprising for me, because you've come all the way from Nigeria. Some of the reasons why you've left Nigeria to come to UK to study is the fact that you believe that there won't be any strike, your studies will go on as smoothly as possible. But then when the lecturers were on strike, I was really surprised because I didn't expect that to happen. So that is one kind of thing at UEL. But even though the lecturers went on strike, they tried to bring replacement lecturers to continue the lectures and seminars, which was really good. But some of the replacement lecturers were not like the ones we had, because obviously you're used to this person teaching you this and that, you're used to that particular lecture, and then just bringing someone for a week or 2 weeks, it's not really what you want in your academic journey. Another con of studying at UEL is the fact that the admin is very slow. I don't know if you've experienced this. If you've already applied to UEL, for example, you're going through the application process, getting your CAS and all of that. You may have experienced like a very slow service, which is not really nice because you want things to be like done as rapidly as possible. But the admin is really slow, and from the application to like you actually starting university, you experience this. Well, I experience this a lot, and sometimes your timetable will be messed up, and people will be like, you just want things to be in order. But then sometimes, even though the admin is slow, it depends on who you speak to. So I think it boils down to like training of staff. When you call the admin, or you want to like get something resolved, depending on the person you speak to, the issue that you're trying to resolve may be resolved like in 2 seconds, but another person that you speak to may take 20 hours to resolve it. So it's like it depends on who you speak to. It depends on if you it depends on how it's really organized. It depends on the people that are in charge at that particular point in time. But I can say like the admin is really slow, and I think that is something that they could also work on. I feel like that also boils down like to like communication, because communication at UA can be, I don't know, wishy-washy, not really straightforward and broken, and it's like you want everyone to like understand how things are happening. This is what we're doing, this is how we're doing it, and not someone telling you this and that person telling you that, or you're trying to resolve your timetable and then it takes like, I don't know, all of the time to get your timetable sorted. Because so some of my friends actually, they had like issues with their timetable for like, I don't know, forever, almost forever, and it was like, obviously that is something that is really annoying, and you want your timetable to like sorted and at once. But for me personally, my timetable was like mostly like in order throughout my time at UU, except for like a few times. So that is another issue that you may also, that is another issue that you may consider if you, what is it called, if you're applying to UU. But I should also say that the admin in my other university is not even that better, because I mean, I applied to University of Law, and the admin is kind of, what is it called, fast and slow, because like I said, it depends on the person you speak to. So if you speak to someone that is really experienced in what they're doing, they understand their job easily, it will also make your life easier. And so if other staff are also trained the way that person that is amazing at their job is trained, then it will just make the whole system like work effectively. Another con of something at UU is the fact that the student union is not that active. And when I say it's not that active, I mean that many students do not want to participate in events, do not want to set up societies or run societies and organize events, because a lot of people that come to UU, they're like just focused on getting that degree and not really doing extracurricular stuff. So even though this is a con, I think this is a con that is something that stems from the students that come to UU, and not really the fault of the management. Because if you start a year, you're a student, you shouldn't be like, I don't know, just focus on your degree, like, oh, I just want to get my degree and leave. Because whilst you're in university, you just need to like take in the whole experience, enjoy, get your degree, make friends, attend events, like do fun things basically. But if you start university and you just like, I'm just gonna go to lectures and seminars and do nothing else, it just sort of like, it limits your university experience. It doesn't, you won't enjoy the university experience as much as you should. If you're a student going to University of London and you'll be starting maybe this September or anytime soon, make sure that you try to engage with the student union as much as possible. If you want to set up society, set up your own society, organize your members, like organize events, organize fun things to do, and enjoy the whole university experience. Don't leave it to other people to, what is it called, to make your university experience as enjoyable as possible. Make yourself available to attend events, make yourself available to do fun things on campus that are not related to you just reading, studying, doing your coursework and doing your exam, because university is more than that. And 3 years of university or 1 year of doing a master's or 2 years of doing a master's will fly away like really quickly, really taking the whole experience of university. Finally, another concern at year is the fact that you may receive poor feedback on your coursework. And for example, if you've done like a really good coursework or a really bad coursework, you want someone to give you as much detail about what you did wrong as possible. You want them to tell you, this is what you've done wrong, this is what you can do better, this is what needs to be done better. And so I feel like that is another concern at year, because this is not something, I mean, poor feedback is not general. It's only like specific to maybe some courses or some lecturers. And so when I said training is important earlier, I also mean that like if for example staff are trained like the same way, I think it just makes the whole university experience for everyone easier and better and more enjoyable. Because if you've done your coursework, you want to get as much feedback as possible. So if you get a very low mark, you want to get detailed feedback. If you get a high mark, you want to get a detailed feedback, not just get like good or amazing or or this essay was really good, this essay was I don't know, there was this student did a lot of research, full stop. You want them to actually go into detail to tell you what you did wrong, what you did well, what you can improve on. And that is one thing that is another con of student year. But this con is not general to like the whole of your year. It's only specific to certain courses and certain lecturers. And yeah, so that is it really. And this is all for the cons of student year. Like I said, whether you want to study at UAE or you want to study at a different university in the UK, make sure to weigh all of the pros and cons before you decide on a particular university. Every university will have its cons, every university will have its pros. No university is perfect. Maybe there are, I don't know. I've only attended one university in the UK, so I can only speak for that one that I've attended. But like I said, weigh all options, weigh all of your options, weigh the pros against the cons, and then decide on the best university for you to attend. For me personally, I'm happy that I attended University of London, and I'm glad that I did, and I'm grateful for the opportunity. And this is, like I said, I'm going to repeat this again. So this video is not to discourage you from studying at UEL. It is rather to shed light on some of the pros and cons of studying at UEL, which you should be aware of. And that is it for today's video. Thank you for watching today's video. If you've enjoyed today's video, make sure to like, subscribe, share, and stay tuned for more videos. And I'll see you again next time. Bye!